Good morning, everyone. My name is Judge Christy Ruppe. You are all here this morning for first appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime in which you've been arrested for. As you stand before me today, you are considered not guilty of the offenses you've been charged with, and that status will stay with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by you if you plea out to your case or the state attorney's office if they prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you were arrested on a warrant or a new charge. Either way, you were given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of pretrial release which will be imposed upon you. I will also determine this morning whether you'd like to hire a private attorney, whether you'll be representing yourself, or whether you'd like the public defender's office to be appointed on your case. You are entitled to make a phone call to let family, friends, colleagues know where you are. If you haven't had the opportunity to do that yet, please let me know. I'll make sure that happens today. Finally, and most importantly, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. Please do not talk about the facts of your case today. That is not what this hearing is for. These hearings are recorded, and there is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom writing down everything that you say. So anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be used against you in the prosecution of your case down the road. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Swear or affirm the testimony before the court will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. All right, go ahead and put your hands down. As I call your name, please come forward to the podium. Joshua Holmes.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Holmes. What's your date of birth?
12/13/81.
Okay, you are here this morning for the first case I have is 2017 CF 1807. The charge is escape. Currently, the bond is $10,000 for that. I did find probable cause. Do you want to represent yourself? You want to hire somebody? You want the public defender's office?
I'm going to need a public defender.
Okay. I will provisionally appoint the public defender to represent you. State, I know what he was in custody on his sentence, right? Not a pending charge?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Other than that, what is his prior record?
The prior record, Your Honor, is a 2004 burglary, principal of burglary, a 2009 stalking, 2009 there was a domestic violence injunction violation, 2 of those in 2009. There's a possession of a firearm by a felon in 2010. There's a grand theft in 2017, which would have been what he was in there for, and Your Honor, the state would be asking for no bond on that for the concern of getting him back in the court, and the fact that he's shown a proclivity, obviously, to flee and be in the state risk at this point here.
And Judge, just real briefly, my understanding is the escape that it didn't occur from the jail. It was while he was out. I don't think there's any concern about him further escaping from the facility. I do believe he is entitled to a bond. We'd ask that the court set what it considers to be a reasonable bond in these cases.
Okay, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's not going anywhere anytime soon, right? He's serving a sentence?
My understanding is
Do you know what his EOS is on that?
I do not.
Can the jail tell me what his EOS is on his sentence? Do you know?
Your Honor, it's sometime in November.
Okay.
No time soon.
Well, he's got at least, 3 or 4 months in before he's going anywhere, and I doubt he's going to be out as a trustee anymore, correct? And unless the state can give me any authority to say that he's not entitled to bond on this case, I mean, it's my understanding, unless it's capital, unless somebody's dead.
No further, just the concerns.
Okay. So what I'm going to do this morning, I'm going to issue him a bond because I feel like he's entitled to a bond legally by the law. And then if you guys want to file a pre-detention motion, you can do that in front of the judge in which his case is assigned to.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Holmes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. For this escape charge, I'm going to set your bond at $25,000, okay? And we're going to see you back to court on September 11th at 8:30 in the morning. I also have here today a burglary, criminal mischief, and a resisting officer without violence. I did find probable cause for all 3 of those charges as well. You want me to go ahead and appoint the public defender on those too, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll go ahead and do that. And I'm going to keep those bonds the same, $25,000, $2,000, and $1,000.
Okay.
All right, and we're going to see you back to court on September 11th at 8:30. All your cases are on the same day. And if you're unable to bond out, someone from the public defender's office will come out and see you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Sandra Fitzgerald. Sure. Good morning, Ms. Fitzgerald. What's your date of birth?
May 966.
Okay. Ms. Fitzgerald, you are here this morning for an assault on, looks like it's the nurse at can't talk today, Oak Hill Hospital. I did find probable cause for that. I do see that you have a private attorney here with you in court. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the state attorney about your prior record, okay?
No reportable history, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor.
What's your name?
It's Stephanie Chambers. On behalf of Ms. Fitzgerald, I'll be entering a notice of appearance on behalf of the firm, the Hogan Law Firm. Mr. Angelitis may be involved in the case as well. We would ask that Ms. Fitzgerald be released on her own recognizance. She has no, as the state attorney said, no prior history. She owns her home here in Hernando County. Her husband is here in the court today. Her parents, which she cares for, are here and live with her. She's very involved and active in the community and in civic organizations, and so to request that she be released on her own recognizance.
Okay, and that's typically what I would do with someone without a prior record for this kind of charge. So I'm going to go ahead and ROR, and we're going to see you back to court on September 11th at 8:30 in the morning.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
Misty Hopkins. Ms. Hopkins, what's your date of birth?
1985.
Okay, you were here this morning for failure to appear on 7 different charges.
Yes, ma'am.
And these were all signed by Judge Tom Brink back in 2016. So there is probable cause for your arrest. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll provisionally appoint the public defender's office. Find probable cause for the FTA on counts 1 through 7, and there's no bond on counts 1 through 7, and we'll see you back to court on September 11th at 8:30 in the morning.
Your Honor, this is a prior drug court case. We have supposed to be reassigned to Judge Scaglione.
Oh, okay. You're assuming she's getting back on drug court?
I wouldn't assume she's getting back necessarily, but I think we need to go there. The note there says to have it go to Judge Scaglione, so I think maybe it needs to be
Okay, if that's what you guys want, but typically they're on an FTA, they wouldn't necessarily get back on. But if that's what you guys want me to do, that's what I'll do.
I think, at least for the time being, we
Okay.
get there and then we can move.
All right, do we have a Judge Scaglione date for that?
No, that's not for us.
Do you want it next week?
That should be fine.
Just
8/24.
Okay. So, Ms. Hopkins, we're going to change your court date to August 24th, okay? And is that
Yes, ma'am.
1:30 or 2 o'clock?
Yes, ma'am.
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock? Okay, at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
And who's-
See you back at court then, okay? All right, Danielle Ortiz.
Keep her at, keep her in the loss.
Hi, Ms. Ortiz. What's your date of birth?
Hello. 1/24/78.
Okay. Apparently there was a mix-up yesterday. Everyone in this courtroom was telling me you had drug court yesterday afternoon, and I guess you went there and you didn't. So I'm not really sure what happened. But for today's purposes, you're here on a failure to appear on driving while your license was suspended, and that was signed by Judge Hitzman on August 16th, and I believe she was taken into custody August 16th on the other charge that she was here for yesterday. So, State, is there an offer for
Judge
her to take
Heisman.
care of this case today? If you're
Judge
driving
Heisman
unsuspended.
pulled the warrant on that one.
Okay, hold on a second.
And I think she was tracked to 9/6 on the felony case yesterday.
No, we put her in the afternoon for drug court.
I understand, but we tracked her back to the regular docket.
Okay, but this is a misdemeanor for Judge
Yes,
Hitzman driving
yes,
unsuspended.
Judge. You
Can we take care of that today?
Looks like,
Judge Heisman already did that.
trying to go through the notes, Your Honor.
But you already took a
Yesterday.
plea on us?
No, Judge Heisman pulled the warrant and put it in September 7th court case.
Okay, can the clerk check? She's telling me that he recalled the warrant on this.
He tried to, but she was already served on it before.
Okay. It looks like he tried to, but they're so efficient, they served you too fast on it, so he couldn't recall it before you were served on it. So that's what you're here for. But we should be able to, are we able to resolve it?
If we can, just based on the notes here, we could do 15 days.
Okay, do I have a prior driving?
Just based on what the offer here, there was originally a probation one, but the way it was written, it looks like it may be something prior. I don't have everything here.
Okay. Ms. Ortiz, you want to take care of your case today? This misdemeanor case?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and this isn't going to affect, she's not accused of violation of probation anywhere, right? That we know?
That I have here.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No,
Mr.
there
Fitz-
are some PASCO charges, but it doesn't look like it's about.
Okay. All right, and she still has a case set for September 6th or 7th in front of Judge Merritt, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, with regard to this case, Mr. Ortiz, if you want to plea out to this case today, I'll go ahead and give you time served. Do you want to go ahead and take care of this today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you understand by taking a plea on this case today that you're giving up your right to go to trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Giving up your right to confront witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove the case against you. You want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, with regard to driving while your license is suspended or revoked, how do you plead? You can plead no contest.
No contest.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. I adjudicate you guilty. I send you to, does she just have the 2 days? She's been in for like...
That's what it looks like. Judge.
Okay, I'll send you to 2 days, Hernando County Jail, 2 days credit for time served. You're going to have fines and court costs in the amount of $438 that you are going to need to make a payment plan to the clerk of court when you get out, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Do you want to point on that?
No.
Okay.
And Judge, I believe we needed to readdress.
Okay.
On Sandra Fitzgerald, I had forgotten to mention the incident that happened at Oak Hill Hospital. She was there because her elderly father that she cares for is in the hospital. I anticipate that the nurse may be back on that same floor, so I was wanting just to specify no violent contact.
I didn't say anything about any contact.
Okay, all right.
The
And-
judge-
Did I? Did I even say anything about contact?
No, you did not, but the concern, if I might, as a friend of the court, the concern would be that there would be a standard no victim contact. Now, that wouldn't prevent her from going to the hospital. However,
If you guys want me to put no violent contact, I'll do that, but I wasn't going to do that in this case based on these facts.
Thank you, Your Honor. I just wanted to make sure there was
Yeah.
no restriction on
Okay,
that. So
and that's
thank you.
what I'll do. All right, Lindsay Robibera. Hi, Ms. Robibera. What's your date of birth?
129.81.
Okay, you were here this morning for a possession of controlled substance. The bond is currently $5,000. Possession of marijuana. The bond is currently $1,000. Possession of paraphernalia. The bond is currently $1,000. And knowingly driveway license is suspended or revoked. The bond is currently $500. I did find probable cause for each of those. Do you want to hire an attorney? You want to represent yourself? Or you want the public defender's office?
question whether she has.
Hire an attorney.
You're going to hire somebody?
Yep.
Okay, do you know who you're going to hire?
Martin Hernandez. He's out of Tampa.
Okay. All right. State that you have a prior record?
This is an open misdemeanor case, Your Honor. I'm showing in front of Judge Hitzman.
Did you say an open one?
That's what it looks like, Your Honor. 17 MM 2480.
Can the clerk confirm that she's got an open case?
That is correct. It's a retail theft, which an offense date is 7/8/17.
State was,
Referred to Judge Hitzman on September 7th.
State was requesting RCO on that case, Your Honor.
Okay, what's the date of offense on this one? Let's see. July 18th. When did you say the date of offense on that one was?
July 8th.
Okay. All right, Ms. Rivera, what we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and keep the bonds the same on these cases, $5,000, $1,000, $1,000, and $500. We're going to see you back to court on these cases on September 11th at 8:30. However, because you were out, you have a pending case, 2017 MM 2480. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you were out on bond or out on pretrial release for that case, and you committed these new crimes, what I'm going to do is revoke your pretrial release in that case and hold you no bond in 2017 MM 2480 until your court date When is her court date on that one?
September 7th.
Until September 7th, okay? So get in touch with your private attorney so he can go over with you what's going to go on when you go back to court September 7th.
So no bond?
No bond on your pending case because you committed new crimes while you were out. While that case was
I
pending.
never was arrested.
I'm sorry?
I never was arrested.
It doesn't matter. That's even more reason why you should stay out of trouble. You had a pending case. You went out and committed all these crimes. We're not going to let that happen again. You're going to be held no bond on that case until September 7th, okay?
I got it.
All right. Rhonda Sue Smith. Hey, Miss Smith.
Good morning.
What's your date of birth?
8/29/1986.
Okay, you are here this morning for a possession of methamphetamine. The bond is currently $2,000. Possession of controlled substance, the bond is currently $2,000. Possession of marijuana, the bond is currently $1,000. Possession or sale of controlled substance, the bond is currently $2,000. Possession of drug paraphernalia, the bond is $1,000. And tampering with physical evidence or destroying evidence, the bond is currently $2,000. I found probable cause for everything except for count 6, the tampering. Do you want to hire an attorney? You're going to represent yourself, or do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender's office.
I can't hear you, babe.
The public defender's office.
Okay, I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you, state.
Yeah, I'm showing in 2007 there's possession of cocaine, alprazolam, and paraphernalia. 2008 there's a driving license suspended and paraphernalia. 2 driving license suspended, I'm sorry. 2013 there's possession of controlled substance, possession of paraphernalia. 2013 intro contraband into detention center. 2013 possession of controlled substance. 2013 and another possession of controlled substance. 2013.
Okay. All right, for the possession of methamphetamine, I'll keep the bond at $2,000. For the possession of controlled substance, going to keep the bond at $2,000. For the possession of marijuana, I'm going to keep the bond at $1,000. For the possession or sale of controlled substance, $2,000. And for the possession of drug paraphernalia, $1,000. And for the last charge of the tampering with evidence, I'm going to ROR. Because I do not find probable cause on that last one. We're going to see you back to court for all of these cases on September 11th at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
Thank you.
Alexandra Torgerson. Hi, Ms. Torgerson. What's your date of birth?
12/20/87.
All right. You are here this morning for a failure to appear on a case in front of Judge Merritt back on August 8th. He has indicated he wants no bond on that case. We're going to keep that at no bond. We're going to have you back to court on September 5th at 9 a.m. Do you have a public defender already on that case?
I do. I did want to ask. The reason why I was not at court was because I was at the harbor on over on Little Road on King Healy during the time of the court date, and I've been enrolled at PHSC for over a year now, and my classes start back up on the 22nd of this month. So, is there any way to get a bond on?
I'm not going to do that today. Judge Merritt is asking for no bond, and if you were going to be hospitalized at the time that you needed to be in court, then you probably should have communicated that to the judge and the public defender so everyone knew in advance. I'm assuming the public defender is writing this stuff down now. He's going to get everything to your attorney and the judge and see if there's anything that they can do to help you out, but there's nothing that I can do this morning.
Okay, thank you.
And just for clarification, she was at the harbor?
She claims she was at the harbor, yes.
Okay. Do we know which facility?
What's her name? Alexandra?
Torgerson?
The PD's asking which facility you're at.
It was the harbor, the one off of King Healy Boulevard, off of Little Road, right past Ridge, and it's Pasco County. It's not Hernando.
Oh. Did everybody call her? Oh, there's 2 more. There's 8 altogether. Okay. All right. Thank you. Is Rhonda Smith still there? All right, Ms. Smith, there's two other charges that I missed. There's a driving while license suspended or revoked and not having a registered vehicle. The bonds are currently $2,000 and $1,000 on those. That's page 3. There it is, gotcha. So we're going to keep those bonds the same. $2,000, $1,000. And will those get the same court date?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so those will be on the same court date, and you've been appointed to the public defender, okay?
Okay.
All right. Louis Carstensen.
Good morning,
Mr.
Your Honor.
Carstensen, what's your date of birth?
3675.
Okay, you are here this morning for a grand theft and a violation of an injunction for domestic violence, which was issued by Judge Westing down in the 6th Judicial Circuit. There is a warrant out for your arrest for that you were served with. There's probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? You want to hire somebody? You want the public defender's office?
Public defender, Your Honor.
I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. State.
Does have history. I think since 2002. 2002 there were trespass, state theft. Trespass, we're back in the mid-90s. Trespass, 95. Battery, 95. Prohibition, 95.
Okay. All right. Mr. Carstensen, I have an address for you at Enterprise Drive in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
That is correct, Your Honor.
How long have you lived there?
About a year and a half, maybe 2 years.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What kind of work do you do?
Electrician, Your Honor.
That address on Enterprise Drive, is that also where Jantine Gutuzio lives?
No, Your Honor.
Does it live there?
She
Okay, good.
has
All right,
departed.
just making sure. All right. For count 1, the grand theft, we're going to keep that at $2,000. And for count 2, the violation of the injunction, we're going to set that at $5,000. And we're going to see you back to court on September 11th at 8:30 in the morning. You want to get in touch with your public defender, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm also going to order that you have no contact with Jantine, okay? So do not call her, do not write her, do not email her, do not have any contact with her whatsoever. If she calls you, you hang up the phone. If you see her out somewhere, you turn around and go the other way. If you do have any contact with Jantine while this case is pending, then you'll be in violation of my order. You'll be rearrested for having contact with her, and you'll be held without bond. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you.
Douglas Cross.
$326.61.
Okay, you were here this morning for a violation of probation for possession of controlled substance. There was a warrant signed by Judge Merritt on August 10th. The basis of the violation of probation is saying that you committed a new law violation. Judge Merritt wants no bond. We're going to keep that at no bond. Do you want the public defender to represent you?
Yeah.
We'll appoint the public.
Man.
I'm sorry?
I was in the hospital having surgery done for the last month and a half. That's how they violated me by not going to my probation officer.
Okay, well, they're alleging that you committed a new crime, so they have probable cause for that today. You can talk to your attorney about any defenses to that, okay? We're going to see you back to court on September 5th at 8:30 in the morning.
All right.
All right. Vance Davis.
Morning.
Hi, Mr. Davis. Looks like you are here also for failure to appear on 2 charges for possession of paraphernalia in front of Judge Hitzman on June 28th. Can Mr. Davis take care of his case today?
Your Honor, we did receive full payment on the fine. Someone called that in.
Okay.
Don't have the hours, don't have any of the other things.
Does probation have a recommendation?
Well, the recommend was 60. That was when we first issued the warrant, but
Since some things have been paid?
time served would be good.
Time served? Okay. Did okay with that? All right. Mr. Davis, they're willing to give you time served for the time that you have in jail. I don't know how much time that is right now, but you'll be able to get out today on this charge. Is that something you want to do?
Most definitely, ma'am.
Most definitely.
2 days.
2 days for the whole thing? Okay. All right, so you get 2 days credit for time served. You understand by taking a plea on this case that by admitting that you violated your probation, you're giving up your right to have a hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
You're giving up your right to have the state prove that you violated your probation?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're giving up your right to call witnesses and confront witnesses?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you admit that you violated your probation?
Definitely, ma'am.
Okay. I'll accept your admission if fine is freely and voluntarily given. I adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days for Natick County Jail, credit for 2 days time served. You'll have $50 cost of prosecution that you have to pay. You need to come down to the clerk's office and make payment arrangements for that, okay?
Thank you so much, ma'am.
All right. I'm sorry?
What's their cost of incarceration?
$50. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we got to do that, right? All right. So there'll also be the cost of incarceration that you need to take care of as well. All right, Johnny Houston. Mr. Houston, your date of birth.
380.
Can't hear you.
380.
All right, you are here this morning for a failure to appear. It's a warrant signed by Judge Hitzman on August 17th that you failed to appear for a driving while license suspended or revoked. So there is probable cause for your arrest. Is there an offer for him to take care of his case as well?
I did not have a sheet on him. Which I can get through real quick.
Any other violence when you got? You got any other violence? No. Okay.
This time around, we can do 10 days to be off from the state.
Okay. Does he have prior driving on suspended? I don't have his record.
I don't have the driving record here. I'm just showing he has one prior domestic battery arrest in this year from 2017. That was a conviction.
Okay. All right, Mr. Houston, you want to take care of your case today? You can get 10 days for Natick County Jail. You want to do that today?
No, ma'am.
Okay. That's fine. You don't have to. What we'll do is we'll keep your case set for September 13th, okay? We'll keep the bond at $5,000. There's probable cause. Bond is $5,000. Do you have the public defender already?
I have a question. My family. I'm the sole provider for my family, and right now they're staying in a hotel, and pretty much I provide for them, for my wife. She's pregnant and about to give birth.
All right, Mr. Houston. I mean, here's the dilemma that we're in. This is not the first time you failed to appear in court. This is the second at least, and maybe even the third time you failed to appear. And each time Judge Hitzman is giving you a break, and that's it. The breaks are over. So you're either going to take the plea today for the 10 days, or we're going to keep the bond the same. We're going to see you back to court September 6th or September 13th. Which one do you want to do? Okay. So we'll see you back to court on September 13th. I'll keep the bond at $5,000. I'll appoint the public defender's office. The public defender will be out to see you soon, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
James Howell. Mr. Howell, what's your date of birth?
10/18/62.
All right. You are here today for a felony domestic battery by strangulation and a misdemeanor domestic battery. There's no bond on each of those pursuant to statute. You don't get a bond before you appear for first appearance. I do find probable cause for both of those. Do you want to represent yourself? You want to hire somebody? You want the public defender's office?
I would like the public defender's office.
I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. State.
Yeah, there's a very lengthy history. The most recent thing is in 2010 there was a failure to comply with a sex offender reporting requirement.
The most recent thing is 2010?
Yes, ma'am. And that, like I said, that's the reporting requirements.
Okay.
There's a gap here, and based on the history, there could have been an incarceration sentence, which explains the gap from that.
Mr. Howell, did you just get out of prison?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you get out?
A year ago. August 1st was the year.
Okay. She's been out for a year. All right, Mr. Howell, I have an address for you on Broad Street in Brooksville. Is that your correct address?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. How long have you lived there? Since you've been out?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a job?
For now, I do.
What kind of work do you do?
I'll lay sewer pipe.
Okay. All right, for the felony domestic battery by strangulation, I'm going to set your bond at $10,000. For the domestic battery, I'm going to set your bond at $5,000. And we're going to see, I'm going to hold you till 4 o'clock today in case the victim, Pam Weston, wants to file an injunction against you. In the meantime, you're to have no contact with Miss Weston. Do not call, do not write, do not email. Do not have anybody else call, write, or email. If you see her out somewhere, turn around and go the other way. If she calls you, hang up the phone. If you have any contact with Miss Weston while this case is pending, you will be in violation of my order and you'll be held without bond until these cases are resolved. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay.
Your Honor, based on the history and the possible PR implications, I'm not sure exactly where it is. State would also request a GPS monitoring.
Well, is the Pam Weston, the only time I really do that on a domestic battery case is if Pam Weston was a prior victim of his, and
I believe he's asking based on the prior history.
I heard what he said. I'm saying the only time I really do that is if he's continually contacting the same victim. I don't see any sense in doing it.
Yeah, Your Honor, based on paperwork right here, I can't tell if she's a previous victim before, but he is a prior, like I said, he's on sex offender registry right now, and some of the history prior to that, I said it's lengthy, it doesn't...
Which is prior to 2010.
Yes,
so,
ma'am.
I'm not going to order GPS, but that doesn't mean you can't go before. It's going to be in front of, it looks like Judge Toner, and present that pretrial detention issue in front of him.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we're going to order, appoint the public defender. We've set the bond at $10,000, $5,000. There's no contact. We'll see you back to court September 11th at 8:30 in the morning. Get in touch with your public defender.
Yes, ma'am.
Christopher Manuli.
No, I'm sorry. So. Oh, yeah. No. Podium.
Are you Mr. Manuli?
No.
Hi, are you Mr. Manuli?
Yes, ma'am.
You got to step up to the microphone so I can hear you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what's your date of birth?
6278, ma'am.
All right. All right, can you not see anything? What's the deal? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm just really dizzy right now. Just having bad vision problems.
Okay, you're dizzy?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, I'll try to make this quick. You're here today for possession of marijuana and possession of drug paraphernalia. I found probable cause for both of those. Do you want the public defender to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. Does he have a prior record?
Oh, yes, ma'am. He has, again, a very lengthy history. 2015 is the most recent one I'm showing. There is about 8 pages worth of violation of pretrial release conditions. Aside from that, there was a tampering, again, 2015, tampering, possession of concealed firearm by a felon. 2015, still grand theft. Domestic battery, second or subsequent conviction. Battery, second, 2014. Obstruction without violence, 2014. Again, it's very lengthy.
Okay. All right, Mr. Manuli, I have an address for you on Rio Vista Ave in Newport Richey. Is that where you currently live?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, how long have you lived there?
Pretty much my whole life.
All right, you got a job these days?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
What kind of work do you do?
I do construction and I also do masonry.
Okay. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the possession of marijuana at $5,000, and I'm going to set the possession of drug paraphernalia at $2,000, and we're going to see you back to court on September 13th at 9 o'clock in the morning. Your public defender will reach out to you. If you bond out, you need to make sure to get in touch with your public defender.
Your Honor, is there any way I can get it a little bit lower for the marijuana charge so I can get out? I only have a couple $100.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that at this time based on your extensive prior record. That's where I'm going to keep the bonds. And it sounds like you have a pretty good job, and you should be able to meet that bond amount and take care of your case, okay? Jeffrey Ponke.
Oh.
Hi, Mr. Ponke, you're here today for a domestic battery charge. Currently, there's no bond pursuant to statute. You don't get a bond until you see me in the morning. I do find probable cause for that. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody? Do you want the public defender's office?
Represent myself.
Okay, I'm going to put you down as representing yourself. State.
I'm showing 2001 paraphernalia, 2000. It looks like another paraphernalia. 2017, we have open cases, Your Honor. It's going to be in front of Judge Merritt. A 2017 CF 1194. And I'm showing a pretrial date of 8/25, just so you're aware. And that one is controlled substance. Possession of controlled substance. Yes, that's it.
Okay, can the clerk verify that 2017 CF 1194 is an open case?
It is an open case, yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
There's 3 charges on it.
All right.
The same would be requested, or
Mr. Ponke, I have an address for you on Timberline Road in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes.
All right. How long have you lived there?
About a year
All
and
right.
a half.
You have a job?
Yes, I do.
What kind of work do you do?
Electrical,
An electrician? Is that what you said?
electrical engineer.
Electrical
and,
engineer.
remodel.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and give you the bond on the domestic battery. You're entitled to bond in this case. I'm going to set your bond at $2,500. And I'm going to order that you have no contact with Nicole Hartog, okay? She's a alleged victim in that case. Do not call, do not write, do not email, do not have anyone else call, write, or email. If you see her out somewhere, turn around and go the other way. If she calls you, you have to hang up the phone, okay? To have no contact with her whatsoever. And I'm going to, well, I don't need to hold till 4 since I'm here anyway. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is it looks like you have a pending case out there, 2017 CF 1194. While that case is pending, you went out and committed this new charge. So we're going to revoke your bond on 2017 CF 1194, hold you without bond on that case. It looks like you have a court date coming up. Is it, did you say 8/24?
yes, 8/25.
August 25th. You have a court date coming up August 25th on that case. So you're going to be held no bond until you go to court on that case on that day. You're going to be pro se. And this misdemeanor case is going to be set for September 13th at 9 o'clock in the morning, okay? See you back in court then. Walter Reeves. Or Reeves Bay. Oh, don't let him fall.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Reeves Bay. What's your date of birth?
June 28th, 43.
All right. You are here today for a battery charge. Looks like it was a warrant signed by Judge Hitzman back on August 3rd, 2017. The bond is currently $500 on that. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you?
No, I want the attorney.
Okay. Do you know who you're going to hire?
Not offhand, no.
Okay. All right. Okay. State, does he have a prior record?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, the victim on this case is Caitlin Ann Bishop. Do you know who that is?
No.
You don't know who that is?
No.
Okay. All right, I have an address for you on Commercial Way in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Commercial, no.
Okay, where do you live?
My last place of residence was a assisted living facility, the Grand.
You live in the Grand?
725.
How long have you lived there for?
About a month and a half, maybe.
Okay.
Is this the gentleman that was
Prior to that, I lived
courthouse
in
yesterday?
Brian.
The reason, not the reason,
No.
the code.
Okay.
the pro-
All right, Mr. Reeves, I'm gonna ROR you on this charge. I'm gonna release you on your own recognizance. We're going to see you back in court on September 13th at 9 a.m. I know you're saying you don't know who Miss Bishop is, so I don't know if you can tell him to have contact with someone he doesn't know or remember.
I don't know.
Okay, I understand. So we're just going to keep that as it is, and you're going to hire a private attorney. So you're going to need to speak to an attorney about this case and figure out what's going to happen on September 13th, okay? You need to come back to court September 13th at 9 a.m.
September 13th. Okay.
Okay, they're going to write that down for you.
I'll write it down. The first chance I get, September 13th,
Okay.
9:30.
Can the state or the clerk make a note for me on this? That might have some mental.
That's why I was thinking it might have been the gentleman that BPD.
Am I dismissed, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good luck. All right, Mr. Seguin. All right, Mr. Seguin, what's your date of birth?
February 20th, 1992.
All right, you are here this morning for a failure to appear on 3 counts. Possession of controlled substance ×2 and a possession of paraphernalia in front of Judge Merritt on July 31st of this year. Judge Merritt has asked for no bond on those cases because he said that you have 7 prior misdemeanors and 7 prior felonies. We're going to keep those at no bond at this time, and we're going to see you back to court on September 19th at 9 a.m.
Is there any way I could get a sooner court date? Because I need to get back to work as soon as possible.
I don't know. Let's check it out. Does anyone know if we can get him in front of Judge Merritt sooner?
Please, I'd appreciate it.
The only other docket arraignment he has is Tuesday the 22nd.
Of August?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, well, why don't we try to do that then?
Okay.
Okay. All right, we're going to set it up for August 22nd. I don't know if that's going to give enough time for your attorney to work on the case and the prosecutor to have an offer for you or anything like that, but we'll give it a shot, okay? So we'll see you August 22nd. Is that at 9 a.m.?
Yes.
At 9 a.m. Okay?
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Christopher Vouse. Mr. Vouse, what's your date of birth?
05/24/1994.
All right, you are here this morning for a failure to register a motor vehicle, driving while your license is suspended or revoked, and possession of a controlled substance without a prescription. There's probable cause for those. Do you want to hire somebody? Do you want to represent yourself, or you want the public defender's office?
Private attorney.
Do you know who you're going to hire?
It's my fiance's lawyer. I don't know his name.
Okay. State to see for prior record?
Yeah, the only thing I'm showing is arrest from 2016 for petty theft. I'm not showing a disposition.
Okay. All right. All right, Mr. Vouse, I have an address for you on Malone Ave in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
Year and a half.
Okay. You have a job?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
What kind of work?
Landscaping.
Landscaping? All right. I'll go ahead and keep your bonds at 500, 500, and 1,000. We'll see you back to court on September 11th at 8:30 in the morning with a private attorney.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Vernon Watson. Hey, Mr. Watson, what's your date of birth?
1981.
Okay, you are here today on failure to appear on about 13, I think it's 13 total charges. And you were picked up on a warrant on those, and they're all signed by Judge Toner. So he wants no bond on all of those. We're going to keep those no bond on counts 1 through 13. Do you want the public defender to represent you on these cases?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. We'll see you back to court September 11th at 8:30 in the morning.
Is there any way I can get an earlier bond? I came with my bondsman yesterday to my other court date. They just really had a misunderstanding. on
Okay.
the 5th.
Well, then you need to reach out to your attorney and your bondsman to figure out. That's nothing that I'm going to handle today. Okay?
No earlier date. You can't get me in front of the
Not for
judge
Judge
any earlier?
Toner. That's the date we have for Judge Toner. It's September 11th at 8:30 in the morning.
Thank you so much.
Okay?